All right, I'm here on episode, I don't know, with Sad Powers podcast. I'm doing a lot of these. I keep forgetting. My memory is really bad. I just set up my new background, and I got good friend, fucking awesome guy. He's got tons of his own awesome, cool things he does. Local Louie, everybody.
Thank you, man. Thank you. That was one heck of a fucking intro, my friend. You are honestly one of the funniest guys I've ever met in my entire life. Just being you and just seeing you and talking to you genuinely, it brightens up my day. So I love what you're doing, man. I love what you got going on here. And I love how you've contributed to some of the things that I've got going on too, man. Like you've been killing it. You do a little intro for my show. I have my own show on Livestream Niagara. It's called TMI Live with Local Louie. I don't know if anyone's been watching, anyone out there. Check it out. It's on Facebook. But you do the intro, man. And you do it on your
Yeah.
ukulele, and you do the Local Louie, and you went over it. And you nailed that. Like, you nailed that right away. You didn't even have to do multiple takes or anything. And as soon as I told you, I'm like, I just gave you like a jingle, like a little, I hummed it out. And you're like, okay, I
Yeah.
can do this. You did it. And then you laugh after because I'm like, you just got to do it happy. And you did it so happy. That laugh at the end makes the entire song, my friend. So thank you for that, because people hit me up all the time and they want to know, who's this Sad Powers guy? Who is Sad Powers? Who's the genius behind the Local Louie song? And that's you.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you so much, man. God damn, you're too nice to me. You're too nice. I fucking
So,
appreciate
man,
it.
tell me about, you got a new background behind you. What do you got going on? What is that? You got artwork? It looks like Dead Mouse and stuff.
Yeah, so it's mostly paintings from like Nancy Zimmerman, which is Dead Mouse's mom, which is my aunt. And so like but then this one is Tyler Woodhouse.
Nice.
Scumbag TV, I think it's his YouTube. He's dope. I want to get him on the podcast. He said
Yeah,
he's
he
down.
has to come on
hmm
because that guy's crazy. I like
I
that guy.
I think I'm just gonna like change it around and stuff. I think I'm gonna like try to cover the
What you should
more
do is
like the
anyone
wall
gives
more.
like
I
any
have
fan
tons
art,
of
or, like
stuff.
encourage people, like encourage someone. If anyone's watching right now, make Sebastian some fan art that like he could throw behind him in that corner, and you can get your art featured on your podcast, and you could show off like local artists like Tyler, like Nancy. Nancy's from Niagara Falls, so
hmm
you could show off some things, and that's really cool that you built that. You made that. You have your own little studio. You have your own zone now, looking like a young Joe Rogan, my friend.
Yeah, and Nancy, if people don't buy her stuff, she just burns a bunch of it. So like we had this huge
That's
fire and like
insane.
I was forced to like burn a bunch of paintings. It was crazy. But it's her
Yeah.
paintings, like so you can't get mad at her, you know what I mean? Like and then
Well, it's
I
smart.
posted the video on Facebook and everyone got mad at me. They think that I'm like an asshole, but it's like if you paint something and you want to burn it, you're allowed to burn it, like no matter
Because
how
you're painting.
beautiful it is, you know what I
It's
mean? Yeah.
art. To
And
burn
now I have
it's a
a
form
video
of
of
art.
these paintings burning, but like
Yeah.
yeah, everyone just got
Imagine the ashes formed like a fucking painting in the air as you burnt it, and then it's just art on art. Like it literally
what,
just makes,
dude?
yeah, that's blowing your mind stuff. Yeah, no, it's crazy. If I was an artist, and truthfully, if I didn't want my art getting out there, if I didn't have things that I didn't want anyone to have these prints and the original prints, I would burn them too. Like fuck, don't look at me. I'm like a martyr slash sick dog. I will cut off my own ear like Vincent Van Gogh for a cause. You know what I mean? I'm all about that stuff, and I'm all about like like living and dying by your art. You know what I mean? Like whatever you're willing to put out there, you knowingly and willingly put that out there. So you have to either A, suffer the consequences, or B, thrive and relish in the glory of your art and whatever it is you release, right? So
hmm Well,
getting
and over
deep,
here
getting
I have
philosophical.
comic books. I forgot about that.
Oh,
So I
oh.
have Robin doing heroin, which is pretty crazy. That's on
There's
the
a comic
cover of
of
a
Robin
comic
doing.
book.
Wait.
When I
What?
saw that, I had to get it. Yeah, so it's a real Batman Superman number 29. It was $4, and it's a variant cover, but they
That's an
still
expensive comic. That's good.
no, that's not expensive. They're all like $4.
Yeah, now
Well,
they
I
are, but
mean,
like before, remember back in the day, it used to be like $1 comic, $2. It used to be 25 cents for like the old Spider-Mans back in the day, and now like fucking now those same Spider-Mans would be worth $10,000.
Well, some of them, but some of them are still fucking worth almost nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the
Do you have a
number
comic
ones
that
are
you
worth
collect?
like a lot, like the real number ones and shit.
What's your
And they have to be
go-to?
in perfect condition. All right, go
What's
ahead.
your
Sorry.
go-to? Sorry, what's your go-to? What's your number one like comic? What's your favorite?
Well, I don't read comics anymore because like I was buying comics because I was like working at a comic book store, right? And
Oh,
like,
no way! I never knew that. Which
yeah,
one did you work at?
Neutral Zone. So it's closed now. Like I
Oh,
worked there
wow.
until he sold it, and then
Yeah,
the place it is now, which is like Freaky Fridays or what are they called? I don't know. I
yeah. I don't
stopped.
even know what that's called now.
I stopped go. I went like back like twice or whatever, but yeah, fucking yeah, Neutral Zone was dope. So like, it was so funny, man. Like barely anyone would ever come in there, and
Mhm.
but he like made enough to survive, and like it was his passion, and it was a sick store, and like he gave me like sick ass deals on comics.
Did you ever go to like the one on Queen Street? I don't know there used to be that comic book store. I think now it's like a tattoo parlor or whatever. There was that comic book store on Queen
Yeah,
Street.
I didn't know. Like, I never went there either because, like, I was working at a comic store. It's the only time that I ever really got into comics. And I just read tons because, like, no one would come in.
Yeah,
So I just read tons and tons for free, right? And then I would
yeah.
buy the ones that I really loved, or like if I really loved the cover, I would buy it.
That's exactly so. So story time. One time I went to Florida. I went to the Islands of Adventure in Orlando, which is like the Universal Studios Islands of Adventure, whatever. And they have Marvel Superhero Island at Universal, even though now they're bought by Disney or whatever. They used to have Marvel Superhero Island, and they had all the comic books in like the Daily Bugle where Spider-Man was. Like they had a store where like the Daily Bugle was. It was like a model store, and they had like this little comic book store. And then I made it my goal because I always loved Spider-Man growing up. He was always my favorite, and I made it my goal to get the symbiote suit Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man. I have it somewhere. Hang on one sec. I think I might be able to get it for you.
all right.
Let's see. Hang
All
on.
right, I like on.
Oh,
I'll ask my anyone that's watching a question. Oh wait,
I
maybe.
found it.
Okay, nice, dope,
I
dude.
literally got this at Islands of Adventure. I want to pull it out. I
How
usually
much
never
is
pick it
that?
out.
How much is that thing worth?
I'm not sure now. It's not in the best condition. There's some crinkles and stuff, which
Mm.
isn't good. But if you could see, let's see if the issue number 252. Hang on, let me put on the. I don't have good lighting, but there it is. The Amazing Spider-Man. The first time Spider-Man's featured with the symbiote suit. So
Oh, really? Fuck, dude, that might be worth something. I don't know.
yeah,
That's
I don't
crazy,
know
because
if it's a. I don't know
Spider-Man's
what
huge,
issue or what
bro.
print. Yeah, I don't know
Spider-Man is
what
like
print it
number
is. I don't
one,
know
I
what
think.
edition. I'm gonna crinkle it some more while I get it in the sleeve. That's okay.
Mhm.
And then I got another cool one here. Wait, Superman versus Lois Lane. When did you ever see Lois Lane go up against Superman? I have Lois Lane versus Superman. That's a good one.
Damn, that's
But
fire, bro.
my all-time favorite is this. Like Superman's my second favorite besides Spider-Man. I like the S's. Maybe it's a strangest thing. I don't know. But got the Superman. It's called Superman: The Death of Superman. It's actually the first time ever that Superman dies. Because
Holy
Superman.
shit, that's crazy. How did you even
Spoiler
get
alert.
these? Did you like buy like did you buy them a a long time ago, or like when
I
fucking
I got insanely like so. This one, this one I bought in Universal in Islands of Adventure my second or third year going there. So I got that one like a couple years after I got this one, and then
Mhm.
the others, my all my Superman ones were given to me by my friends in the states. Actually, my family in the states. So my uncle and my aunt live in the states, and on their street there used to be a whole bunch of street kids that I used to hang out with in the states with them, and they collected comic books, and I never got into collecting comic books. I never read comic books, and he hooked me up and he gave me Death of Superman as my first ever comic book, and it turns out that's actually one of the most historical copies I got right here. It's not in the best condition, but it's actually it's a Millennium edition, so
Damn,
it's a
that's so
reissue, but
crazy though.
limited edition reissue. And I don't
Man,
even like. I'm not a comic book collector. I would like someone that actually knows something about comics to come on and actually tell me about like what I got
Yeah,
in front of
someone
me.
look it up and leave in the comments what that thing could possibly be worth. It's like you said, it's not in the best condition, so maybe take the price of it being in best condition and cut it in half or
It was
something.
pretty
I
cool.
don't
Plus,
know.
like the art in here, like it's really colorful. Like they didn't use like the black and white. They actually printed full
Yeah,
color pages and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Like just seeing the art and
man,
like even
comic
if I
book
were
enthusiasts or whatever are so mad at you right now for flipping through
oh
the pages. They're like,
I know they're
"No,
like
you're
oh my god
making them worse in condition. We can't
why are
keep
you
it."
touching it? Why are you putting it in the sleeve with like multiple comics?
Oh man.
Because guys, I don't collect comics. I just love A, I love Spider-Man. B, I love Superman. And C, I like gifts. I like when people give me things. I think there's nothing better than like giving someone a material object that they're gonna keep forever. I got those comics when I was, I would say 8, 9, 10 years old,
Mhm.
and now I'm 27 and I still have them to this day.
That's
So
awesome,
I
man.
appreciate the things that people give me. I actually love them. Do you remember as a kid, because we grew up in the elementary system in Ontario. I don't know, did you go to Catholic school your whole life?
No,
So you started off with public, then you went to a Catholic school?
I went to La Marche at first, so a French school as a kid.
Oh, okay. So I
Yeah.
went to Carmel. I don't know if, did you guys have the Scholastic book fairs? Do you
Yeah,
remember
yeah, for
those?
sure. Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
public French school. Yeah, so we
yeah. Do you
had
remember those
all the
Scholastic book
same
fairs? You
shit.
go in, like you bring like $20, you walk out with like 3 books, like a nice fucking ruler and a nice fucking like page remember like thing, like whatever those things are called, like a bookmark. Yeah, a bookmark. Like you'd walk out.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
so one of my purchases for a nifty $10 back in the
yeah,
day, $10, I got Spider Girl.
yeah.
So I literally got Spider Man's daughter is actually Spider Girl in this universe, and there's actually a Spider Girl, and Peter Parker gives up
Mhm.
his Spider
There's
Man.
tons of variations, man. There's lots of different Spider Girls, Spider Woman, Spider Gwen. Even like there's probably a
Supergirl, Superwoman, all that
Mary
shit.
Jane. There's probably a Spider Mary Jane too.
Well, if
Fucking
you see, did you see that Into the Spider Verse movie?
yeah, bro. And that's like based on the comments in a way, comics in a way. 'Cause like comics, there's so many comics. Like there's way more comics than like movies or TV shows because it's like easier to just print a comic than it is to like involve like fucking all the people to make a TV show or whatever or
Yeah,
a movie, right? So you get way wackier ideas and shit, right? And then some of them actually come to life. So it's like everything.
the most
You,
creative people too, right? Like the
Mhm.
most creative. They're always drawing. They're always designing. They're always coming up with new things. And they really don't have to bypass like any media filters or anything like that because they control the comics and it's just straight to the point, very easy dialogue and like you could make them like
Mhm.
really fucking dark and deep and shit, but it's just really easy to produce. Yet like if there's a lot of manpower going behind it, and they just work hours and hours on it because they love it. They're just genuinely passionate about what they do. Like, um, I went on tour. I went to one of Kenny and Spenny's shows this year. Remember the Kenny and Spenny show at the warehouse in St. Catharines?
Yeah, yeah, that you went to, yeah.
Yeah, I got to go backstage. I was backstage with Kenny and Spenny, and their manager, their tour manager, was actually the lead drawer for like Spider-Man. He drew Spider-Man back in the day for Marvel,
That's
and he did
crazy.
Batman, and he switched over to DC and started doing Batman, and started doing all the DC characters and stuff like that. This guy is, I think his name is Tony. I can't remember his last name. Tony something. If there's people in the comments, they're probably gonna hate that. Tony, whoever. Um, Shout out to Tony. Yeah, he got me backstage, but he's their manager, and he drew Spider-Man. I asked him, what was it like switching, or like, do you have a preference between DC or Marvel or anything like that? And he's like, I get that question all the time, but all I love is the art, and I love like the passion behind it, and like the real manpower that goes on behind the scenes is what he told me. So I really
Mhm.
appreciate people doing that. Like especially like guys like that. He's been everywhere. He's seen everything. He gets to tour with Kenny and Spenny. How cool is it that they're like, you know what? We could do this ourselves. We're just gonna get our buddy who draws comics to come in and have a laugh with me and come on tour with me. That sounds like the ultimate dream position for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Pretty soon, hopefully when because right now I don't know if the people that are watching at home when they're gonna see this, but there's still COVID-19 going, and everything's still fucking closed down, and we're all quarantined, and we're shacked up. We have to do this via Zoom because we can't even be in the same room,
Mhm.
essentially. So we're in the same room, in the Zoom room, but we're not in the same fucking room. And I miss your beautiful face.
Yeah, buddy. Adam Wickens would love that comment. He just hit 20K subs today.
That's amazing. Shout out
Yeah.
to Adam. What's Adam's thing? It's like the lizard. What's the lizard page?
It's Wickens Wicked Reptiles. That's his YouTube.
Wicked reptile. That's fucking
Yeah.
dope, man. That's such a neat like concept. I love seeing people create stuff like content creators. The thing is, everyone's a content creator now because everyone has a mobile phone and anyone has the ability to basically do what like anything. And but like
Mhm.
to go back earlier on what I was saying, when you release something, it becomes a part of you, and that's a piece of your art, and you're either going to live by it or you're going to die by it. So like you could produce quality, you could produce quantity, but in the same time, like you got to reach people at the like you got to be producing meaningful shit that people are going
Mhm.
to watch, people are going to listen to, they're going to tune into. You got to be genuine and real at the same time. Like what you've been doing when you've been like reaching out to younger, like newer YouTubers, newer subscribers, and new people that are just getting into YouTube and getting into content creating. That is literally like point like the number one on the list of things that you have to do to build yourself as a brand, to build yourself as a channel, to build
Mhm.
yourself even as a person, because you're helping someone out. Like it feels good to actually help
Right.
someone out. And
Yeah,
like
that's
people
what I
think like
hope to do with this. Like, I hope that people go to mainly Niagara on Facebook, and like you get at least like a couple viewers from doing this podcast. You know what I mean?
yeah, man.
Like, I
Yeah,
want
and it's cool. Like, and I hate to say it, like I don't want to, like I don't, I'm gonna spill the goods here. You're gonna get like the
to.
exclusive sneak peek right here, a little bit of the news that no one has. I could say it on record because it's not a surprise that when this COVID thing's done and this COVID thing's almost over, like they're starting to open up the parks, they're starting to open up the golf courses, and A, B, C, D. You're gonna start to see schools and restaurants and all that stuff open back up. As soon as that happens, like it already happened, my producer for my show, his wife has to return to work. So now we have to limit, we're not going to be able to stream every day like we used to for the past 2 months. We're not going to be able to now stream Monday to Friday. It's going to be
Mm.
like a Friday or a Saturday or something like that, one day out of the week where we're going to bang out like 2 or 4 shows a day, depending on how much my producer could do and how much even like I'm like the backbone. Like I was the first host for live stream Niagara, so now he's very reliable. Like my producer is very reliable on me to produce like quality content to to get everyone watching, to get those eyes and content in the community. Like it's for the community, it's by the community, and it's getting the people engaged. Like it's an interactive talk show. Before I did that, before like we even started live streaming, did you see anyone on Facebook doing anything like that?
No, no, and you guys get tons of views. Like, it's crazy. Just right off the bat, as soon as you
Yeah.
started, you had tons of people watching live all the time.
So what
I
really
always
helped
see
too,
tons of people in there.
what was really cool, like it came out of the blue, like the second episode of me even doing the thing, like the second or third episode, I can't remember because it's like this now. Like I've done 19, I think I've done 19 episodes live now, or 20 episodes live. I think I hit the 20
Mhm.
episode mark, but one got deleted, so we're on like 19 now. But the cool thing is I had Ed the Sock come on, and having Ed the Sock come on like the second or third episode was huge for us because it helped build like a base following, and then people stayed tuned in from the first month, and now like a month and a half later, we're now going from having 500 views after a stream or 400 views after a stream, which is amazing, which is great still. Now going from
Mhm.
that to 1.2 and 2,000 views. I had 4,000 views after one of my streams one night. That was like the most like mind blowing thing that happened to me, which is amazing. I never expected this thing to even get more than 200 views or more than 400 views or anything like that. It doesn't matter to me because all I wanted to do is give the people in Niagara and the community a positive voice and like a platform to get their stuff out there and to get their
Mhm.
name out there and to build their brand and to build whatever it is that they want to do, even if it's not building a brand, even if it's just like they want to just show off their fucking collections or gardens or anything like that. Like I'm all about that shit. I'm all about anyone telling me their story or giving me like a day in their life. Like I love watching documentaries and like biographies and autobiographies and getting to know people. So it's kind of like what
Mhm.
it is. And like I'm glad that you got to be on it a couple times. I know you got that choppy Netherby connection over there, but
Yeah, yeah.
we still get to hear your beautiful voice and fucking you make the people laugh, man. Like everyone loves you. I don't know if you know that, but a lot of people really do genuinely love you and they think that you're fucking hilarious and they just love just like your laugh and just your energy and your fucking excitement. So I can't wait for like it sucks because you were about to do that Niagara's Top comic and I was so excited for it. And your show was
Mhm.
like the show that got canceled, the first show that like got canceled for it.
Well, yeah, it was the last like of the first round. So it was like the first round, and then there was like 4 nights, and I was like the fourth night. And
Yeah.
they did the first 3 nights, and then all the coronavirus shit happened, and so yeah, my night was canceled. Yeah,
Terrible, terrible. I was looking for it. I covered every single week
canceled the
before that.
day
And
of too. Like he canceled it the day we were supposed to do it.
the reason why I was even covering that was because of you. And like you, like the only reason why I went to that like Niagara's Talk comic in the first place and got into this comedy scene was because of you. And
Hmm.
ever since then, I've been like fucking loving it. Like just jumped. I've jumped all the way in. I've met all of the people that have been doing it for years, like David, who you do a podcast with, and Checkmate. So shout out to
Hmm.
David Green, fucking unreal guy, and it's awesome to see him popping off on TikTok now. Like he's got viral videos on TikTok now. It's only a matter of time before this happens to like almost everyone in that Niagara comedy scene because
You
you got a
think
lot of
so?
fucking
Everybody?
not everybody, but the majority. There's obviously some superstars among the group. It's the same in any region when they have these competitions and they have these top comic stuff. Usually the top comic does well, but usually it's the people that don't win that fly under the radar that like end up like breaking through and just transcending into a whole new like fucking like they have a whole career out. They build a career out of it. You know what I mean? And it sucks that like the comedy scene has died off in the sense that there's not too many local venues in Niagara, but it's cool that it's building up in places like St. Catharines where you have like Showtime comedy and stuff like that. So it's cool seeing it like rise. And then Yuck Yucks too. Like now there's Yuck Yucks, and that was huge. Like that basically killed the House of Comedy after they got like Yuck Yucks and all that stuff too. Like how are you going to compete with a known brand like that? And it's right at the like Fallsview Boulevard and stuff like that. But yeah, have you caught any shows there?
I saw Louis C.K. at Yuck Yucks, but I haven't done any shows there. That would be crazy.
Oh, that's cool. Like fucking yeah, that's what I mean. Just going to see shows like you saw Louis C.K. I saw Steve-O there.
Hmm.
They had a lot of name people, and you're gonna be there. Like it's only a matter of time until you see Sad Powers grace like the fucking the marquee of Yuck Yucks. It'll be we could even use the picture of you as a baby. That T-shirt that you have to
Yeah, it's a
promote it.
sweater. Yeah, yeah.
I
That's a
love
good idea.
yeah.
That's so funny, man. Yeah.
Do you have any goals? Like, do you have any plans? Would you like to be on like a big stage like that, or let's say 2 or 3 years down the line, even if it happens sooner than later, would you want to have like your own Netflix like special or something like that?
Yeah, for sure, man. That'd be fucking dope. Like, otherwise, what's the point, right? I want to be successful, you know? Um, and like fucking like David Green one time told me it's like he's like how like do you want to become like like kind of the question you just asked me, and I was like, I don't know. And he's like, you either gotta go like full force or not do it at all. You gotta go like with your heart in it. And then I was like, fuck yeah, and then so like I fucking tried to like really start giving it my all and started like writing new jokes. And that's when I wrote like the poo finger joke. Um, and then fucking I did that for a couple months. I was crushing with that joke. And then fucking the coronavirus shit happened.
Damn.
But
I
no,
know the
it's
cool
cool
thing
because
is
like
that
I'm podcasting now, and I like that. Like
yes,
really anything. Like I'll try any like fucking route. Like if one thing doesn't work, then I'll just try something else. But like when I'm trying something, I'm gonna give it my all, and like I'll try this probably for like a couple years, and if it goes nowhere, then fucking I'll go try something else. And
Yeah,
I'm at least gonna do this till the corona shit's over. Okay, let's say that.
that's a
You know
fact.
what I mean?
That's
Maybe
a
not a
fact.
couple of years, but I'll keep doing this shit until stuff goes back
The
to
whole
normal
world's
or
going to be
whatever.
changed for a while now. Like, who knows
Yeah.
how long it's going to take for the whole world to go back to normal. But the good thing is, like, you're starting things, like, you're laying the groundwork for things that, like, I know that are going to gain a lot of attention and that are going to build and grow and is good. And as long as you're producing, like, good, funny content and good things, like, the stuff that you got going with, number one, Checkmates is an original idea. I've never seen anyone do anything like that. That's a very innovative podcast. If that
Hmm.
catches wind with any platform, even if someone on like Reddit or something stumbles upon something like that, it's all about like sharing your links, getting it out there properly, using those hashtags, stuff like that. And then all of a sudden you get known. Like look at David. How did he get like 500,000 TikTok views in the last like week? Like it's just
Hmm.
algorithms, bro. Like it's the algorithm. It's figuring out how the algorithms work, how to get seen, and how to get your voice and your brand and your product out there. And truthfully, even without you producing content, like even when you were just doing releasing videos on Facebook and people were watching and commenting, like the amount of comments and interaction and engagements that you get from your content alone shows how good and how funny and how like productive the material is. Like it's producing reactions and it's producing comments, so obviously you're doing something right, you know what I mean? You
Hmm.
know what I mean?
Yeah, thanks, buddy. I appreciate you saying all that. Bro, you're definitely my most talkative guest for sure. You could just go off forever. No wonder you host your own show, man.
Oh, this is supposed to be your show. I'm sorry, I'm interviewing you and I'm asking you questions. You probably should be asking me questions, but I don't shut my mouth up.
No, it's good, man. I like it. I like just going with the flow, doing whatever, you know what I mean? And people are getting to
Yeah,
know you. You talked about mainly Niagara, and it is sick that you like just let people jump in. It's like I'm kind of doing like a slower version of what you're doing, where it's like I'll do a podcast. You'll like literally talk to someone, then you'll talk for a bit. They can like hop in. It's cool, you know what I mean? It's like how you
yeah.
just interact with your audience. How like fucking what's up with everybody. It's like
Yeah, technically, this should be like a cakewalk because whenever I'm doing what I do for my TV
it's
show,
like this
I'm
on
doing it.
fucking
Yeah,
speed or cocaine or
I'm
something.
doing it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it live. Like I'm doing it live with no script, with no teleprompter, and with no like keys or visual cues or anything other than there's a TV in front of me that's showing me everything that people are seeing on the stream. So I just get to see what you get to see. And that's the only thing that I have to go off of. So everything that you see or anything that I talk about or anyone that comes on is 100% out of my control. And I just come up with it on the spot and I do it all on the spot. And it's very stressful because, like, how are you supposed to talk and keep people engaged and keep those eyes on you when you're waiting for a new person to come on or you're waiting for another guest or they drop their connection or there's technical issues? How do you work your way through that? And at the beginning I was very nervous. Like I know in the first month of shows, like the first week I should say, I was nervous because I've never done it before. Like I've never been live, never been on behind the camera since high school, haven't made movies and stuff since high school. And getting back into it, and then after the first show and then the second show, getting like Ed the Sock on, and then like now it kind of built like a level of confidence, and I started to get a little bit more comfortable behind the camera. I started to learn what works and what doesn't work and how to like enunciate and how to talk properly and stuff like that. And it's those little things. And like I'm super critical. Like I don't know if you're the same way, but I'm super critical in myself that I don't even like when I'm done a show, I sometimes have to wait until the adrenaline's gone and a full day before I even go back and rewatch my show and critique it. Because it's really good to be, there's no better critic than yourself because you're usually hard on yourself. If you strive for perfection, you're going to be hard on yourself. And like me being like the type of person I am, I'm definitely like a perfectionist type of guy. I like to have things in control and be in control. And sometimes you have to learn to not not be in control. You know what I mean? Like sometimes like when you're on and you get those choppy connection, your video cuts out. I mentioned that the video cuts out, but we could still keep the conversation going through your audio because you're still talking, and it worked out great. Like it still produced great content. So like it's little things like that, which is really cool. And you just learn over time. Now it's been over 2 months. I have 30 hours live behind the camera. It's now on a portfolio forever.
Yeah, that's dope, dude. And what you were saying with like watching your videos after or whatever, I usually don't watch it until I post it, and then when I post it, I hit like premiere now, and then I just watch it premiere, and then usually like there's people like in the live chat or whatever,
Yeah.
and then they like I just hang out with them and like answer their questions or
That's a
whatever.
really cool new feature that Facebook has too, and YouTube,
Mhm.
where you could premiere videos. Like I didn't know when that started or how long they've had that for, but it gets way more people engaged right there and then. It's almost like having a TV show being on at a certain time or having a movie being released on a
Right.
certain date. So it's kind of cool that they did that. How long did it take you? Like, how did you know how to use that feature?
It's just like there. It's like you have to hit like when you're gonna you can either like when you upload a video you have to choose one of these options. You can either like make it public right away, or you can schedule it like you said in the future, like it, so that it comes out like at 6 o'clock on Monday or whatever, and then
Mhm.
you know people will know it's coming, and then like so 6 o'clock every Monday you can schedule the video so that like fucking
Yeah,
if you just
no, that's
want to
good,
have like,
man.
but I just upload
That's a
them
great
whenever I
channel to
wake
do.
up or whatever. Like I don't really have a schedule. I'm so chaotic with it. Sometimes I do like one podcast a day. Sometimes I'll do two. I
Hmm.
just try like at least separate them by 12 hours or more, right? I want to
Yeah,
give the video 12 hours to at least, and usually they get like 50 views within the 12 hours around there.
that's
You know what I
amazing.
mean?
What is your, for the record, so we could keep it down now, and whenever you release this video, we'll have the count. What is your subscriber count at the moment?
415. So I'm so
Four.
close to that 420 special,
You're
bro.
so close. Are you gonna
Five
release?
away.
Are you gonna release a potential 420 subscriber video? Are you watching? Like, are you hounding it down, waiting to get that 420?
I haven't even recorded it or anything. I'm gonna like record. I'm probably just gonna do the same thing I did for the 69 thing, probably. But maybe I'll just have like a nug of weed there, and I'll be like 420 subscribers, or like a fucking lit joint. Well, I don't know, cause I can't have a joint inside, so I'll just like have a nug of weed, and then
Yeah,
I'll
it's
be like
legal. It's Canada. You can have as much
420.
cannabis and weed as you want. It's like we live in one of the best
Well,
countries.
yeah, but I live with my parents, so I can't smoke a joint inside or anything. And I need to like record. I want to record my computer screen like I did with the 69 subscribers, so that people like, you know,
It's like,
it's like and
did
in
you
the
ever see that
moment.
video with that guy when he's with he's like videotaping the time and it turns to 420? It's like, it's 420, man. Oh my God. And then he goes to and shows his mom. He's like, Mom, it's 420, man. Oh my God.
Oh
And
my
she's like,
god.
yeah, he starts screaming and she's like, okay, like that's enough. Like, oh
Hmm.
my God. That's a good video. But yeah, fuck, man. Like, time flies. Like it's early in the AM now. We all have crazy busy schedules. Um, I know now I'm not really doing any Genos type things. I'm not working in the pizza industry anymore. I'm going more so with the delivery route and my own, being my own contractor and my own contracted driver now, which is
Oh, bro.
interesting to get a little bit of side scratch. And yeah, now like I just spilled the beans. I'm not gonna have a show twice a week. I'm only gonna have a show once a week. So now I gotta start looking at some options. I'm gonna be driving more and delivering more and making more cash because the COVID's gonna be ending. Like that fucking serve is gonna be stopping pretty soon. I know everybody's got that serve money. Everybody's got those 2Gs rolling in, but it's gonna be bye bye and kaput soon. And I don't even know. So a lot of people don't know how much they're gonna pay back or how much they have to pay back. So I'm gonna be on my toes. And I gotta have a nice little safety net in place for when all this COVID shit is done. Have you
Word,
been
bro.
doing any? Have you applied for serve or anything like that?
No.
You could technically, like I said, it's fucking
Hmm.
a free 2Gs from the government for every 2 months. So now there's 2 months where you can get like 4Gs for free. Technically, even if you have to pay it back, it would be like a loan.
Yeah.
If you receive it without knowing that you weren't supposed to receive it, because you could claim negligence, it's fine, and you get a free $4,000 loan from the government, and then you just, let's say you have a job
Well,
and
now
you're
there's
supposed to pay.
evidence of fucking. Yeah. You should have talked about this after we were recording.
CRA, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, yeah, no man, it's crazy. The times are changing, and the whole world's gonna be different. And I don't know, man. I don't know if we're gonna be able to go back to our everyday normal lives. You know, we're pretty fucked up people. We don't have normal lives.
Yeah.
You're in your parents' house. I'm in my parents' house right now. We're just chilling, and to be honest with you, we kind of got fucked in the ass by previous generations. Like we're the generation that, like, I don't want to be that, oh, okay, boomer person. I don't want to be the person that blames it on other generations. But technically, we're living through the most recessions. We're living through a pandemic that's never been seen before. We've lived through housing market crashes and stock market crashes and every single type of depression, Great Depression times 10. And and we're looked at upon society to be able to be responsible and to be homeowners and to be regular people when we never even got a fair shot, and we were just kind of thrown into this world like, oh well, here you go, you're kind of dealt the card that you're dealt. And even though my parents, this house that I'm living in was bought for $30,000 40 years ago, that same house 40 years later is now worth over $300,000. So
Hmm.
it's kind of fucked up how the pay scales don't even out, and the housing market kind of screwed us over and all that stuff. But maybe, just maybe, with this COVID stuff, we'll see a new revolution, a new change in everyday life.
Word, bro. I don't know. I think it's still like all right. Like the housing market shit does suck, but like it's still like I don't know. It could be a lot worse. Like fucking,
If we were
it's
living
pretty
in Africa,
chill. Like,
it's all about where you're from, right? It's all about geography, essentially. Like how
hmm
lucky is it that we were placed like where we are now in life? Like we were born in Canada. Like I don't know, you were born in Canada too, right? So we're born in Canada. We have rights. We have freedoms. We could have been born in like Sudan or fucking Somalia and could have been forced to have like an AK and jump on boats and rob people. You know what I mean? It's just crazy how
hmm
geography plays such a factor in your life, like where you're born and brought up. Like you could escape and you could leave and you could go anywhere, but not everyone has the same capabilities of freedom to do that. So it's fucked up. Like it's like that whole reincarnation theory. Like, what if we weren't a human? What if we were an ant? Remember that?
Yeah, yeah. So true, man. I do feel so lucky to be a human born in Canada for sure.
Yeah, because
100%.
you could be a human born in Ethiopia and you don't know when your next meal is going to be. You know what I mean? Like that's fucking insane to me. That's unheard of, and we take a lot of these
Mhm.
things for granted. And like it's not our fault because we're just, it's the things that we're used to. It's nature and nurture and all that shit. But like honestly, we imagine if we were in Africa and we don't even have a roof over our head. Like it's fucked. It's fucked to think about.
Yeah,
So
man,
crazy.
and
It's like,
these
oh yeah, we're
billionaires should be fucking helping them. Like, after you have so much money, it's like you kind of just have all this extra money, like and they buy
what do
all
you need it
this.
for?
Yeah,
What do you
exactly.
need all
Like,
that money for?
they could
Like
be
what
fucking changing the lives of so many people for the better. Like, even like $1,000 to someone can like change their lives in like a crazy
man,
way.
I bet you if
You
you
never
got
know, right?
$20 right now, you'd be happy, would you not? I would be happy if someone just walked up to me and gave me $20 for no reason.
Hmm.
I'd be like, that's fucking amazing, bro. Thank you so much. Like, but no,
Yeah.
like there's billionaires out there that have money, yachts, private jets, and it's still not enough. Like it's like, oh yeah, I just need to have your piece of land, this piece of land, this piece of land, and this piece of land too. Like no, like, just give your fucking shit. Like I would give every, like that's the thing. I don't want
Right.
to seem like a socialist or a communist, but if I
Hmm.
had money or anything, I would distribute it evenly, or I would just give it all away because for me, you know this because we talk all the time. I don't give a fuck about money. Like I don't care about money. I'm not in it for the money. Anything that I do is not based or dependent on money. And I think genuinely, the things that make you happiest are what we're doing right now, like conversing. What we're doing is free, other than paying for the internet and the Wi-Fi and our phones and stuff like that. We're just lucky because we're privileged to have these things. um, we're now able to have a good time. We're able to laugh and talk and be human despite this fucking quarantine, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure, man. I just want to make enough money to fucking know that I'm good. Like everything's gonna be okay. Like if I could just like know that I don't have to worry that like I'm gonna be poor one day and like fucking like be on the streets or whatever, right? You never know what could happen. And then like after that, like after you make enough money for that, same thing. It's like do some good in the world, you know what I mean? Like there's so
Yeah.
many people out there suffering and then it's like
Do
there
you have
shouldn't
a
be like
charity? Do you
kids
have a
starving
go-to
and shit.
charity or anything? Sorry to cut you off. Do you have a go-to charity or anything that you'd want to donate to, or like
No, see, I
specifically?
don't. I disagree with that because it's like just go do it. Like be like Akon and go actually change the world. You know, don't just trust your money with this charity because I like who like there's all these like taxes and like people they gotta pay, blah blah blah, whatever. And these charities do good. I don't know. Like I'm
Yeah,
guessing that they
yeah.
do a lot of
They
good.
allocate money
Hmm.
accordingly. Yes.
But like I'm saying, like if I'm like a millionaire and I have all this money, I have all this free time anyways. It's not like I'm going to work, so I can just take that money and make sure it goes exactly where I want it to go, and it does the best that I think like it could do. You know, I mean, I want to do good, but I also want it. So like you said, like fucking people in Ethiopia, I think that's like the most important shit. Is like you gotta fucking first help all the like starving kids in the world. Why is that even still a thing at all? You know, just like
Hmm.
protect like the children. How is it like even a thing that there's possibly like a sex cult in Hollywood for like pedophile shit? That's so fucked up.
Yeah.
Like fucking
Hollywood
I don't know,
Elite.
I would try to like just change the world for the better. Like if this like shit is true, like I don't even know what's like I would try to investigate as much as I can, find out what like the best way to do shit is. Like I
Hmm.
think like the reason that the shit with Akon worked so well, like he got so many people electricity, is because he did it as a business, right? So it's like
Hmm.
fucking all these countries took out like very small loans, I guess, from China to set up all this electricity and then they slowly pay it back, right?
Hmm.
So it's like everybody wins, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the electricity and shit like helps so much. Like even one fucking lamp in like the middle of their little town is like a huge difference.
And it's crazy. Like about like what was it, a billion people? Sorry, a billion. Yeah, billion. He has like a billion or a million lights or something like that. Like he now a million
Probably a
houses
billion, I
have
don't know.
lights.
I have no
Yeah,
idea
fucking.
now, but yeah, it's a lot and it's just it's fucking crazy. It's like um
Just took a couple of his research. He uses like they have a network, and everyone that's rich knows everyone else that's rich. So like it's not like they have to put even any of like a lot of their own money. They could just get like a little bit of 100 people or 1,000 people's money, and now you could literally create like you could bring if you could bring light and electricity to Africa, you could feed the global population if you funded it accordingly and if you use the resources
mhm,
properly and everyone used their networks. Like
yeah.
when
And
what I'm doing with this live stream Niagara stuff is not
mhm,
only am I bringing the people together, I'm also creating like a mini network of everyone that's in the Niagara region. We're all connected through this like live stream Niagara umbrella in this show, and everyone's been a part of like history per se.
mhm,
So a lot of things have started from it. So we had Devin come on, your buddy Devin came on the show. That's what started the YouTubers of Niagara group, and that just started one group right there. I had this guy Daryl come on, and he created this neighbor to neighbor group, which I'm a part of, and it's people that literally just help other people with the COVID shit. Like I delivered groceries for community care, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's another two. That's two groups. Now
mhm,
I had this girl Tiffany come on this week, and she created the three live crew the day of coming on my show. Right after I told her to do it, right afterwards she created the three live crew, and she's collecting bottles, and all the bottles that they collect, they're giving back to the homeless by taking them off the streets. They're trying to take the putting the homeless in housing, affordable housing, and giving them accommodations and all that stuff through bottle drives. And they made the group through the show. That's three groups made through the show. And then a fourth one, a guy ended up 3D printing face shields and ear savers for protective equipment for the hospitals and stuff, and he donated over 6,000 of them. But he started his group right after coming on my show. That's 4 groups that just got created on my show, and that's crazy. That like it just takes like a push in the right direction, and
Mm-hmm.
giving people like a general vision and a general goal, and then like you could really see people do good. And that's what I like to see is everyone coming together, working together for a common goal, and that common goal is
Mm-hmm.
to bring good to the world, because there's so much times of sadness and so much mental stress and anxiety and depression. It's nice to see people smiling and helping each other out and doing what we should do. We should just be human again, and we should help each other out. We're all one race, and we're all one group, and we're all one nationality. It's called human. It just look it up in the dictionary if you don't know what it is. Like it's fucking ridiculous.
Man, shit's getting better, like, and worse at the same time in the world. That it's crazy.
No,
Fucking
but
what?
it's cool. Now we're using social things to
Mm-hmm.
better the world, and people look at social media like it's a negative thing, but a lot like me and you, we're optimists. We look at everything in a positive light. Not a lot of people are like that. Not a lot of people have that ability and can do that. Some people even do well not being positive. Sometimes the most negative people sometimes can be the most successful, just because they channel their energy properly. And if you channel your energy properly and you put it in the right things and whatever you want to do and whatever your common goal is, chances are you can accomplish it as long as you put your mind to it.
Mm-hmm. Did you watch 6ix9ine his new music video?
No, and I only got clips and heard snippets because of social media.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to steer clear of the unloyal people.
Oh, you don't like that he was a snitch or whatever?
No, I really don't deal with snitches or rats or. It's an Italian thing. You should know that. I'm a big, strong Italian background. We have a little thing called omerta, and omerta is you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You see no evil, you speak no evil. I didn't see nothing. That's what he should have said from the start. You don't talk, and you don't say anything.
Mm-hmm. But like,
What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on 6ix9ine?
I think like I don't know. Like at first, like I was like I kind of got like brainwashed into thinking that, but then like I kind of feel like fucking so like they
Sympathetic?
fucking they kidnapped
Yeah,
him.
you got your
Like
sympathy vote now. Look
no,
at
but
this. You got your
listen, bro.
sympathy.
Okay, listen. So like they kidnapped him, they stole his money, they did all this shit, right? And it's like, is that your homies? And it's like if you just tell the cops like what happened, he was facing 70 years for people that like wouldn't have done the
They
same
didn't
for
give a
him.
shit about him. They didn't give
Yeah,
a shit
so
about him.
like in a way, like it's like man, and then he came back and he like trolled the internet so hard. He broke
Ultimate.
Instagram. He fucking got more. He like broke all these records. He broke Eminem's record of fucking like most views on a hip hop song in the first 24
Mm-hmm.
hours on YouTube. Broke the record for Instagram. Like and he
He
just
made
like
$2 million.
embraced the
I
rat
just
thing.
saw.
He did in the video. He has a cartoon rat that goes over his face for a couple seconds, and he goes ha 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 ha, and laughs in everybody's face as a rat. You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, he
Absolutely.
was facing 70 fucking years or whatever, and he got out in a year, and he's like, he got back, and he's still making money, and like, I think that like, I don't know, he's like a real life character. He's like the real life Joker almost, bro. I
I
feel
think
like,
so. I think that's what
yeah,
exactly what it's like. He almost feels like such an antagonist and such a heel that like people hate to love him but love to hate him at the same time. And any publicity they say is good publicity. So it doesn't matter if you're a troll, and it doesn't matter if you're negative, and it doesn't
yeah.
matter if you don't stand for good things. Like
That's the craziest part, bro. This YouTube video has mostly likes, bro. It's like the dislikes aren't even that bad on it. Like it's fucking crazy. Like obviously it has like a little bit, like a decent amount more than like most shit, but it's still like it's like 3/4 or more likes for sure.
what I think, what I get from it too, because like you go back to saying like, oh, these guys really as homies or these guys really as friends. See, the reason why I don't feel any sympathy and I can never side with them or never believe in a rat or never take a side of a rat is because you knew or you chose or you did all of those things that led you to be in that position, that puts you in the spot that you're in, and you have to be a man and you have to own up to it and just bite the bullet because you fucking chose those guys. You chose those homies. If they fuck your bitch, it's your own fault, and you got to deal with it. And he dealt with it. I know if you're facing 70 years, you're facing your freedom, you're gonna be desperate. You're gonna do anything in desperation mode to save your own ass, but only if you don't have balls, only if you don't have cojones, you don't have
So
testicles.
just because of this honor thing, you would let people that fucked you over and were like huge cunts to you, that were supposed to be your bros, you would let them stay free, and you would stay in jail for 7 years because
Hey,
of fucking
it
honor.
was them. It was them who didn't get caught. So obviously they did something right. So so they
Well, they
deserve
did
to be
something
free.
wrong by fucking getting themselves involved with 6ix9ine in the first place.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Like
like
you
what
could say that
have
it's his fault for getting involved with the gangs, but it's like they should have known. Like since the beginning, he just wanted to like look like he was part of a gang for his like music video. You know what I mean? He
yeah.
was never actually a gang member. He did everything for like the clout, right? He just
No, he did everything for clout, and now it's gonna be people like 50 Cent who are fucking smart, by the way, that are gonna cash in on this opportunity because like I said, any publicity is good publicity. And like you see Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton and all these people that are nobodies, and they release a sex tape. And a sex tape, technically, most of the people are Christian and Catholic and all that shit, and religious or all, and that's a sin. And that you seeing all of these celebrities using sin, and it's popular now. It's like a fucking good thing, and everyone loves the bad guy, and it's a thing in wrestling. Like I'm a huge Undertaker fan. Undertaker has been like a heel his entire career. He's a career heel. He's been a good guy. He switched sides a couple times, but he's been a bad guy. Like he's known as the bad guy. Triple H is known as the bad guy. Stuff like that. Like it's fucked up, but those are the most popular people, and especially right now with the clout in the internet game, and no one could honestly break records more than someone that knows how to use it. And he's the biggest troll ever, so obviously he knows how to use the internet and
hmm
he knows how to work the internet. And that's what we're doing. We're learning how to work the internet. So we don't have to be assholes when we do it. Very honorable and do it the right way. The right way. And man, that's been awesome. It's been like an hour of us talking.
Yeah, bro. I think it's been fucking
It's
great.
almost like what 50 minutes? Do you have a timer on it? Does it say time or anything?
No, I don't even look at the time when we start or anything. I don't want to like focus on that kind of shit. I'm like easily distracted too, so I just kind of try to like actually listen to the guests and fucking have a real conversation and shit, you know?
So for you, when this COVID thing is over, do you plan on like I don't know if people know, but like I'm sort of like managing you now, and I'm kind of working behind the scenes to get you shows and stuff like that. Are you planning on going out there and really doing the live stand up thing and playing like gigs and shows and potentially like even touring?
Yeah, bro. Okay, so I'm fucking excited to go back. I have a stack of cards I made. They're recycled cards I wanted to show you. So
No way.
there's somebody else's cards, and then I had a stack of, and I colored all over their parts with black permanent marker. So this is what the one side looks like, right?
Holy shit! Yeah.
And then the other side just says Sab Powers on YouTube. You know, and it says like "We'll see you again" or whatever. So it's like, I have a stack like this so far, and more to do.
Oh, that is amazing, my friend.
So
Oh,
I'm
that's so
thinking of like
wonderful.
handing that out, like you know what I mean, like because there was like
Very
so many
personalized.
different people that I would see at like fucking comedy shows, and if I get
Yeah.
like 1 or 2 subscribers every time I'm like do a comedy show, and I go like, if you like want to support
Dude,
me,
it
like I'm
fucking
not
adds
getting
up.
paid from this, like
No,
actually look at my shit on fucking YouTube, Sab Powers or whatever. That'd be sick, I think, and it's like no one really
yeah,
does
man.
that. You know, like I used to fucking say add me on
Well, shit
Facebook at
adds
the
up.
end, but what?
No, like but like you said, if you get one or two or three or four subscribers every single show, if someone just does the due diligence to look you up, or if they are genuinely is interested in what you
Hmm.
do, they will do that. And like
Yeah.
every little one helps. Like if you're watching this right now, hit that subscribe button because one subscriber counts.
And it's
Like you
free, yeah.
approach
It's like it helps
like,
so much, especially because
but
I'm
people
like
don't
so small
understand.
right
Like
now.
even if they get in the millions, I know I have a lot of YouTube friends that have 100,000 subscribers. I have a couple of YouTube friends that have
Hmm.
400,000 subscribers. And even when you get to those numbers and stuff like that, you still look at each individual person that subscribes to you. You have little plugins and you have add-ons and you have analytics and you have all that shit. And it tells you each and every person that subscribes to you. And it matters. Like we're very personable people. We appreciate every single one of those clicks. Like every single, it's
Hmm.
free. It's literally one click away. Same with the like. Like it's literally one click away, and it's nothing but positive like things that come from it. Like you get bigger reach and you get more clicks and more ad revenue, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
I think like once you start getting into like the millions and stuff, it probably like to some people at least does start feeling like numbers though, you know what I mean? Because like
Yeah,
you can't really reply to all those comments or even read them or fucking like I
there's a lot of
personally like
automation.
reply. I try to reply to every single comment unless it's like
Mm-hmm.
obviously spam or obviously someone using the Tom strategy or even
The
the Tom
Tom,
strategies. I will like still
did you
comment
talk to?
back to a lot of the time. It just depends. Um,
Did you talk about?
what's up? You're cutting out, bro.
Did you say? Sorry, did you talk to Tom at all in the podcast? Like about did you talk about Tom and the Tom strategy to anyone else? Like it's fucked up that there's bots out there that are replacing the human touch, man, and they're taking
Mhm.
away our job. They took our jobs, man. We're going on people's video. We're genuinely leaving genuine comments and real criticisms, and then you got fuckers like Tom who buy a bot for fucking $10 online and they let it run all day long
Well,
and they're
that's the
on
thing. I
people's
don't really think
videos.
they're
No
really
one
for
knows.
sale yet because I think more people might have them. I think it's just Tom who's now Logan after he changed his name to Tom, Todd, Ted, some other shit. And then he was like Cole. He stopped with the T shit and then he was like my name is Cole, like Call. And
What
then
the fuck?
now he's Logan, right? Now he's got a bunch of bots named Logan.
Did
And
you just turn
fucking
the T upside down? Like,
and the other one, the other bot that's out there is Zimmer Tracks, and he's got like so his main account is Zimmer Tracks, but all his commenting bots are called like music stuff like that, copyright free
that's
music
close to
stuff like that.
freaking your cousin's name right there. That's
And
maybe one of his bots running around.
and then fucking what? Oh man, I shouldn't have smoked weed before this podcast. Oh yeah, Zimmer Tracks, fucking I don't even know what my point was, bro. Goddamn.
Yeah,
You
but
should
so
run
like,
this show. You're so much better than me at this, bro.
get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
Everyone go support Louis instead of me. Go to mainly Niagara and yeah, man.
And
Is
live stream Niagara and fucking Son of Dominic and local Louie. There's too many now, man. I don't care, and that's cool. Like I like building myself up, but more so, I'm about you guys. I'm about like the future of Niagara because I'm a boring guy when it really comes down to it. Like I'm a pretty simple guy. I'm a nerd at heart. I'm a jock at the same time. I enjoy my movies. I'm not too huge on TV, but I do watch some of my shows. But I'm a very big film guy, very big sports guy, and very big video game and
mm-hmm,
electrical like technology guy. So it's cool how like nerds are cool these days, I guess. Like it's more of a nerd centric world where if you are like a Big Bang Theory, if you're like a Sheldon or any of those guys, those are the guys that are really striving right now and are very successful. It's cool that bullying isn't like as prominent as it was back in the day, stuff like that too. They've done really good wonders in tackling those issues. But yeah, it's not about me and it's about the other people. And that's what I fucking love about you. I love the whole Green Tree Records. I love all the boys in our D&D crew. I got some friends right now that are in the 99-hour, 59-minute, and 59-second party because it's capped out. They wouldn't let us get
And
to 100 hours. So we're stuck at 99 hours, but it's been going for the last 5-6 days straight now.
a Zoom party?
PS4.
Oh, nice, nice. That's
Mm.
crazy.
So I got my headset here, but it's connected to my PS4, and it doesn't have phone capability. So I could be like, I could be like Sab, everyone, and we could be the headset buddies. But there's no audio coming out on this end.
Bro,
But
this has
yeah,
been
the
great,
controller. There
man.
we go.
I think this is a good way to end it. We've been talking for a while.
Yeah,
Fucking.
and it's starting to wind down. It's getting to the nitty gritty. I don't know what you're gonna do after this. I don't know what your sleep schedule is like,
I'm
but
gonna
I
go
gotta
for a
fucking.
smoke
I have
after this.
been so. Me too. Me too. We should have a dart together off camera, but on camera.
Yeah, yeah, you
And
could
the
call me
stream and
back
have a
on the
dart.
fucking, and I'll use my phone or whatever. Because I gotta go outside,
Yeah.
obviously, to smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, man. So that's a great show. How do you end these shows, my friend?
Just like whatever, just say bye. Usually I tell the person to like shout out all their stuff, but you just did that, so um
Yeah, so check out local Louie. It's local.louie on Instagram. On TikTok, I'm trying to beat David Green's viral fame. We're
yeah,
gonna have
yeah.
we should have a little Niagara competition. Who could get the most views on their videos in the next
Yeah,
month
add
or
me on
so?
content or on TikTok. I got a
And it's
channel
Sad
with
Powers.
Joel. I started a channel with
Oh,
Joel Van Vliet called Content to Content, where we
no, you
content
didn't.
at each other. Yeah, I
No,
did. And he's winning. He's getting way more likes than me. Everybody loves Joel. He's a fucking genius.
a
Bastard.
little cock star, eh?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
awesome. I love
trying.
Joel.
I'm
I love
trying. TikTok's
Joel. I
hard,
love
man. It's
you.
not my style of fucking. It's too like high energy
It
and
takes
shit
some
for me.
getting used to.
Mhm.
What's really cool is how user friendly it is. Number one, it's pretty easy to use. Number
Mhm.
two, you could really utilize movie magic with it and video techniques and video editing techniques. If you're really good with that shit,
Yeah, for
you'll
sure.
strive. And we're learning it. We may not be good at it now, but at least we're learning together and we're doing it. And we're doing something. Like we're doing something, and we're not just letting this thing take us down. The COVID-19, C-19 shit, it's not getting us down. It's not going to stop us. And whenever this thing's done, I promise you and everyone watching that fucking we are going to take over, my friend. It's going to be the takeover. It's going to be the Niagara Falls talent takeover. And I can't wait for everyone to be up and watch. There's gonna be a movie about us in the future. There's gonna be like a documentary, like you know the Seattle music scene. Remember the Seattle music scene? Like you had Nirvana, you had Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, all these amazing Foo Fighters, all these bands coming out of Seattle, and they were all coming out at the same time, and everyone knew them, and everyone knew them in the scene, but it was underground and then turned pop. Well, it's only a matter of time until Niagara Falls turns pop, and all of us get that spotlight. And there's going to be a movie about us in the future. I'm telling you right now. I'll direct it. I don't care. I'll be the Cameron Crowe behind it. I'll do it myself if I have to.
Alright, bro. Alright.
I love you, dog. Thanks for having me, man.
Love you too, man. You're the fucking best. Peace out,
Love, love.
brother. Love, love. Oh, shit. It's still recording. Where is it? It's, I
It's
pressed the wrong button.